I get asked a lot about how to get an agent, what you do when you interview with an agent, what do you do once you have that agent, how to stand in your power and own who you are and not give your power away in the interview by asking these 3 questions that most actors always ask. Hi there, Jodie Bentley here, actor, brand strategist, and career coach. And today, I want to talk about 3 questions to never ask an agent in an interview. I get asked a lot about how to get an agent, what you do when you interview with an agent, what do you do once you have that agent. The biggest question most actors want to talk about is agent, right? But I feel like we spend so much of our time trying to get the meetings that we forget what to do when we're in the room. And then we fall into a lot of traps in the agent interview. So I really wanted to share with you how to stand in your power and own who you are and not give your power away in the interview by asking these 3 questions that most actors always ask. So question number 1, to never ask an agent or a manager, what do you think of my headshot? Now look, I might get some pushback on this one. You're like, but Jodie, I want to know. I want to know what they think. But I'm going to flip the script and go, what do you think? Are you confident in your headshot? Do you know what you sell? Do you feel like it represents you? Are you 100% a hell yeah about these photos because you know they represent you? If you are, then why do you care what they think? They will tell you. It is I'll say this, a desperate question. What do you think of my headshot? What do you think? What do you think of it? As opposed to you knowing, hey, I've done the work. I've branded myself. I've done the work. I know who I am. I know what I sell. I know how I'm perceived. I know the stories that I tell. And I know that these headshots tell those stories. So I'd love to work with you. What do you think? But you don't even have to say what do you think. That's the whole point, right? You're coming from a position of power of, hey, I have all the tools that you need to sell me. So are we going to do this or not? That's essentially the vibe. Not arrogant. That's essentially the vibe, right? But we're eliminating that question of what do you think? If they don't like your pictures, they will tell you. But they called you in because they probably liked them. Or they saw something, but they need other tools. So they will let you know. But if you've gotten called in and you know you've done the work, let the work speak for itself. Don't let that desperation come through or that people pleaser to come through or, oh, I hope everything's okay. They've called you in because they saw something. Trust in the work you've done and believe in the work that you've done, and they will let you know otherwise. The other question, not to ask in an agent interview. Do you have other people like me on your roster? I know, but Jodie, I want to know if they have other people, or why am I going to waste my time? They will let you know. Again, they called you in for a reason. They're not going to waste their time. Agents and managers are busy people. If they already had too many people like you, they weren't going to take the meeting in the freaking first place. So that question, I feel like, is a filler question. And it's a question we just say because we don't know what else to say. Do you have other people like me? And it's just desperate. Is there better people? Basically, you're saying, are there better people than me that you're going to represent? Again, if you know who you are, you know your brand, you know your tools sell you, you have all your ducks in a freaking row, you can talk about who you are and what you do with ease. And again, your materials speak volumes about all of that. It doesn't matter. They called you in because they saw there was a void to fill on their roster. You don't have to double check that information. It's just, again, it's a filler question and it's coming from a place of desperation and not power. There might be a way to ask it, which could come from a place of power. You know, how many people of each category do you usually represent on your roster? That might be a way, but you have other people like me? Not the way. Not the way. And again, let them decide. They called you in already. Let them decide. The other question to never ask in an agent interview is, where do you think I fit? I know, but Jodie, I want to know what they think. I want to know. Again, if you've done the work and you have clarity and confidence about who you are and it's manifested in all your materials, and they go, I like it, they agree with what you've done. If you have no idea and you're just guessing and you randomly got this interview and now you're sitting there and you don't even know where you fit, of course you're going to go, well, where do you think I fit? Because you want to know. But that's not the place to have that meeting from. You should know that information. You're presenting them with the sales tools. They're the sales agent, essentially, right? They're your sales team. They're going out to sell you. So you don't need to ask the sales team where you fit. It's your job to tell the sales team where you fit. And then you can, tweak it and talk about it, discuss it together, of course. But it's your job to know that. So I'm sure this video will bring up some feelings, and that's okay. But my job, I feel part of my job is just to empower you, to be in your power, to be in your confidence, to look for colleagues in this industry. Not to go, what do you think of my headshot? Where do you think I fit? Do you have other people like me? That's all weak and passive and desperate. So my goal for you is to own who you are implicitly. And you've heard me say it 1,000 freaking times. It starts with understanding your brand and what you sell and your place in this industry and who you want to be in this industry. Because then you will have different conversations. Because right now, if you're still resisting and going, no, but these are the questions, I just invite you to take a step back and go, why do you need to know the answers to these questions? You should know the answers to these questions. And if you don't, then I invite you to figure it out. And it starts with branding. So if you need support in that, please reach out. Please post in this video. Reach out to my team at support@jodiebentleycareercoach.com. I've been doing branding for a very long time with actors. I can definitely support you. But also let me know what you think about this video, what you think about those questions, and all that I'm saying. Because I am here to support us all to stand in our power. Because as actors, we just give our power away too much. And, power breeds confidence. Confidence breeds opportunity. And that's all we want is opportunity. All right. So let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.